It's the people. The political leaders are just a fraction of the population, because whether we like it or not, even if you have, like, say, 2 million voters in Edo State, and at the end of the day you have about 1 million people or 100,000 people come out to vote, the law says a simple majority. So that's why I'm saying that prior to the election, you will see heightened violence, you will see the narrative change, trying to ensure that people don't come out. And some of these things also impact on the population, the people that come out to vote eventually on election day. For instance, if you look at some of those areas that you have prevalent violence, even on election day, within the Benin City area, along Sapele Road, along Teddy Secular, those places are places where you have a population, the concentration of people there. But at the end of the day, because of the violence that happens, and for every election, those places you see violence happening even on election day, because they want to cow people, they want to ensure that people don't come out to vote. So that's why I keep saying that the narrative going into the election is what determines the outcome of that election. A lot of people become skeptical. The issue of voter apathy, especially for Edo, is because of the violence that happens before all of those elections. And because, again, people, the impunity, people don't get punished, people don't get, reprimanded for what happens. So the last election, we visited some of the security agencies, the DSS and all of that. And the story is that because all of them have been together, they know what their plans are. You have this political party planning, this other political party planning. Now you have the deputy governor, who is PDP, who has been PDP for long, has now gone into APC, and all of the plans that they used to win elections, definitely is going to lay those same plans for the APC and for the different groups and the Labour Party. There's no political party that is left aside when it comes to these issues of the vote buying. You saw the other time, the last election that held in Edo State, where women were gathered in a room and they were giving wrappers and they were collecting their voters card from them. Those things are happening. But you see, those voters card that you are collecting, you are not able to use them to vote. What you have done is that you have disenfranchised that person, you have collected the voters card. Because right now, with the system we have in place, we no longer have the voter identity theft, because you cannot use another person's voters card. So what they do is they gather the women, they gather the youth, they give them small tokens, and they collect their PVCs and say, oh, we just want to make sure that you have PVC so that on election day you can come back to collect it. On election day, if you are living somewhere, let's say you are living in Sapele Road, because I grew up in Benin City, so I know the territories everywhere around that, the politics and all of that. So if you're living somewhere, let's say you are living somewhere in Ikpeboka, and they're calling you to Oredo to come and pick this, and they have collected your PVC. How do you find your way from Ikpeboka to Oredo to collect back your PVC on election day? You no longer have access to that PVC on election day. So you get that wrapper, the wrapper you use for whatever, does it translate to the person who governs you at the end of the day? So there's so many intrigues about the politics, even before, like Jide said, the sympathy with the present governor, because of the fact that they felt that Shomole was oppressing him as the APC chairman at that time. But again, you remember, the thing is that you have the 3 senatorial districts, you have the traditional Edo people in the Benin area, and then when you talk about that, that's Edo South, Edo Central is the Esan people, and Edo North is where you have the Sako people, where Oshomole comes from. So the Benis feel that with the seat of the Oba in Edo South, you don't have somebody coming to oppress somebody who is traditionally from the Benin speaking area. So that was part of the sentiments that went into the last election, and that was why when Pastor Izeyamu moved from PDP and to APC, he didn't get that, because they felt that it was a betrayal. But the long and short of all of this is, looking at the history of violence within Edo State, we see that it is a political class that keeps stirring up this violence. They're the ones who make the narrative around the violence. People should understand that they have the power to decide who is there and change that narrative about violence without being involved in it.
But you're